What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Morning Madness podcast. After our brief 6-month hiatus, we're back in the brand new studio. Finally! We apologize for our brief disappearance. TJ was taking a brief stay in a psych ward, and he's finally been released.
Only took you 4 takes. Good job. Progress.
Oh, man. It's been a while. Oh, my God. I need to pull my hair out. But it's been a while.
We have cameras now in front of us and whatnot. So
yes, but we're in the new Morning Madness studio. It has been something that has been in the works for a few months now. We actually we're finally out of the icebox, and we're into a studio that looks a little more professional. Is this wood wall? Like is this actual? It's not actual wood, but it looks nice, you know. And then we've got some beautiful soundproofing and amazing equipment in here. So, anyways, without geeking out over the tech stuff, we've been gone for quite a while. And I won't lie, this is technically like the 8th episode we've recorded. But every episode between episode 3 and now has had issues. Episode 4, we sounded like the nematodes from SpongeBob. It was so disheartening. Like I'm not gonna mimic. Hold on, this thing is. There we go. It was the that thing.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it was so disheartening. But then the next episode, we're missing video and audio for like a good portion of it.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the one that we did after the 6 months, we did a week ago here in the studio. And then I managed to fuck up the audio personally. So I've taken it a lot to heart because it really does feel like it's my fault. But this should be good. Everything should be fine. And this episode should go out nicely. And we'll be back to regularly scheduled programming. Back every Wednesday in the morning. Thursday. The episodes go out on Wednesday.
Oh.
We record these on Thursday.
Ladies, that proves how much we know and shit on the technical side. We're just the two monkeys in here just spinning to a microphone while Vic does all the other work.
We're not using that word.
Interesting decision.
We're chimps, dog.
I will say, I'm glad that if we're going to pick any week to pick back up, we're picking up on this week specifically. Because this is a very busy week for us. We have tryouts at the end of this week for the Overwatch team.
Yeah, but tomorrow, dog.
Oh my God,
it's already tomorrow.
Tomorrow, which will be last week on Friday, September 10th, for those listening right now.
September 10th and 11th, and I'm going to be recording the entire tryouts.
It's going to be pretty epic. We got about, in total, 19 people trying out for the team, which is
19 new people?
No, that's including returns. 13 new people.
Oh, that's still a lot.
Or 14, sorry, yeah.
That's still fucking shit.
That's a lot, and we're hoping to field 10 players on the team, so we're going to have to make some decisions. But overall, it's going to be just a really, really fun day of just, getting to know everyone, getting to see how everyone plays, and just getting to judge people silently. So.
Yeah. I'm thinking...
I'll do it loudly. I don't give a shit.
So this isn't tryout related, but hear me out. I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to get... And this is going to happen whether you guys like it or not, so I'm going to call it an idea, but... I'm going to get a giant cardboard cutout of myself, life size, and I'm going to put it in the lab, and I'm going to have our team sign it.
Do it.
On, the leg, and it's going to be, something to just put up in the wall.
Do it. I don't think anyone would stop you.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, once it goes in there, it's not going to be moved. And and now that I've got the green screen, which I don't know if you saw it when you came in the other day, that long thing sitting along the right wall.
No.
Did you see a giant package in the package room?
I did.
That was really tall. I ordered the green screen, the Elgato green screen, and I didn't realize just how big it is.
Yeah.
And so I went
down to the
mailroom. And these mailroom people know me already because I order so many things.
Yeah, I'm very familiar. I keep hearing about you.
There's just a massive package leaning up against the wall, taller than I am. And I go, oh no. I'm like, please don't let that be mine. Please don't let that be mine. And then the mailroom, one of the people in the mailroom looks at me. We lock eyes. She goes, hey, and points at the box, and I go, no. So I had to lug that thing into the elevator and into my room. But
I would have dropped that.
Fit.
I would have dropped that bitch. Look, motherfucker.
It fits.
think it was huge though.
Yeah, I just have to push it back, but I've given myself VR space in the room too. I'm slowly trying to turn it into the Batcave. I told you I'm putting up soundproofing as well, and so it's like these panels, but just the black ones.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna put them all up along the room, which will be nice.
Why are you making that face, dog?
I'm zoning out over here.
Are you? That was not zoning out. That was you intensely looking at my chin.
Oh, I thought you were like looking at like really
The chin?
I thought you were making a
I don't know,
innuendo about
The chin.
soundproofing.
We're talking about the chin.
What's wrong with the chin?
Yeah, what's wrong with the chin? Yeah,
You know the
exactly.
chin.
No, I don't know.
Blackbeard.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh,
I
no.
don't think I
No.
shaved before this. All right, let's get on track a little bit.
I was gonna say
For starters, you guys have seen some movies recently, right? You guys went to see a movie together, a couple movies together actually.
No, just one.
Black Widow. And
Oh, we saw, yeah. We forgot about that one.
This episode's covering a lot more than just a week.
Yeah. No, yeah. Me and Carlos had the pleasure of going to go see Shang-Chi in theaters.
Oh my god. Don't get me started about Shang-Chi. Because that was something else.
For what people gave it and whatnot, I think that people need to, what's the word? Maybe it should be higher for what it is and whatnot. I do admit, like, wait, hold on. Are we going to do spoilers and shit or not?
We won't. You can no spoilers for Shang-Chi. Black Widow, yes.
Yeah.
Black Widow, it's acceptable because it's on Disney Plus streaming now for free.
Yeah, if you watch Black Widow and
if not,
Shang-Chi, they're not
just skip a little bit.
Yeah, they're not the same at all.
They are not the same.
But
Miles ahead.
I'm hearing. So I haven't seen either yet. Obviously, I'm always behind. But I heard that Shang-Chi, is it Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Shang-Chi.
So I've heard that Shang-Chi is scratching an itch of like a Dragon Ball film in the MCU, is what I'm hearing, or like it takes inspiration from Dragon Ball.
I don't know anything about Dragon Ball.
Definitely, it does not take from Dragon Ball whatsoever.
It will definitely.
Well, like I've seen some like side by side shots, and it's like him in the orange and blue jacket. And it's like just not like references to, but it's like where you can see some stuff in. Apparently, one of his moves looks kind of like it.
Interesting.
It's I don't know if I want to say that just because like it didn't feel like what's called like I don't know. I just didn't. What's called maybe I didn't catch it.
It's definitely heavy Bruce Lee influence.
Really?
Like no, like it's heavy like Hong Kong type cinema.
So this is like a fight movie.
Yeah, no, like people are throwing hands and like like
Simu Liu is now the first Marvel action hero. Like as far as like you take like
he's running everyone's
Everyone's
face. All the
respect
Avengers,
Blades
they're getting their
and-
asses kicked.
like
Black Widow's getting her shit rammed.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Like
Your
the
first choice was Black Widow. All the Avengers get their shit rocked. That's like the second most obvious character to get their shit rocked besides Hawkeye.
hand to hand, like she was like hand to hand combat. She's gonna get fucked.
Can we just? Hawkeye is so.
Hey man, you leave Hawkeye alone.
It's just it's such a simple concept, right? But like,
I just don't know how they could have. They couldn't have fucked him up that bad in the MCU. Like he's
heavy nerfed.
Yeah, everyone is, because here's the thing: from a storytelling perspective, you can't have characters walking around like that. You can't have, and that's where they're pushing the boundaries with Shang-Chi, because ideally, I mean, looking at what he showed in the movie, no spoilers, but there's a point in the movie when his power level could probably match Thor.
Yeah.
Thor would be the only one he has a hard time taking down. He could probably go toe to toe with the Hulk from the MCU.
Yeah, actually,
Not comics Hulk. Comics Hulk's rocking his shit.
Yeah.
But
World War Hulk,
yeah.
Planet Hulk is fucking his shit up.
isn't Spider-Man the only hero who's technically stronger than the Hulk?
Yes,
Technically,
because all he does is hold his punches.
yeah, which is really weird.
I mean, it isn't. If he punched someone full force, he would shatter them into probably a million.
But like
The original description is proportional strength of a spider, right? So what if he just took a bunch of steroids and got like really jacked? Technically, that would like increase this because it's proportional, right?
Yeah.
Like if Dwayne the Rock Johnson got bit by the spider.
We don't need Pat Polynesian running around. That's a menace to society.
The Rock as Spider-Man.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson as Spider-Man.
That's my Spider-Verse.
That'd be quite interesting, actually.
That'd be terrifying, bro.
Could you imagine in this movie, in No Way Home, all like they're getting all of the universes together, and then there's just this really big Spider-Man. You know, he could play armored Spider-Man.
It's just
the cartoon, the one with the armored suit. He could be armored Spider-Man, just giant ripped Spider-Man.
If like Marvel like needs to get him in like the MCU like with Spider-Man, let's make him play Agent Venom.
So
I'll make
The Rock's gonna be in the MCU at some point, right? Like he's not. It's inevitable. It is inevitable, right?
It'll happen. I mean, they've already been talking about it. All the Sony leaks.
But who would he play though? Namor.
Hell no. Why do we like see people?
They already have someone playing Namor. I forget his name. He's a Japanese actor. If The Rock were to join the MCU,
that's tough. There's too but there's so many people that they haven't done yet.
He could be a villain. He could be a villain.
It all depends on how this Black Adam movie goes.
Oh, he's gonna kill Black Adam, dude. I really do believe he's gonna nail this.
I got my.
Call Black Adam a Taco Bell because he's gonna blow that shit up.
I genuinely do like.
Here's the thing, though. So, like from a wrestling standpoint, like his promos, he did not do good that much of a. He didn't do that good of a job being heel as a bad guy. He's just too likable.
Fair.
Ooh, but Black Adam, I think they're trying to.
If it's the making him dislikable angle, I could see that.
I think they're trying to make Black Adam more of an anti-hero in the DCEU, though.
Well, isn't
who's directing this again?
I have no idea. But I think they're doing it like Sony.
Wait, you don't know who's directing this?
I haven't.
That's actually. That's all I was just thinking right now. I'm like, you don't.
I feel like The Rock is directing that movie.
What? There's a lot. I was gonna say
Jungle Cruise is doing Black Adam.
I don't like that.
The director of Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
No wonder The Rock's in both. I'm starting to feel like maybe that's his pseudonym. Maybe that's The Rock's name. No wonder he's the main character in both movies.
The Rock needed a lot of money really fast, and that director's like, be in 2 of my movies, and I'll give you that money.
No, The Rock's wearing a fake mustache. He's like, yes, I am this director. And he's like, I would love to cast Dwayne The Rock Johnson for both these roles that are completely opposite of each other, but I think he's an amazing actor.
The Rock.
And then he takes the mustache off and goes, yes, I am Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I was going to say, Dwayne Johnson said that the costume designer put slight muscle padding in his suit, and he was very offended and asked her to remove it. So he worked out to fill the suit. And
his arms are just getting bigger. I'm concerned. Like he's taking something.
He's inflating.
No, have you seen his diet? The dude inhales 6 roast chickens a day. It's like it's not a joke. Like I think that's genuinely part of his diet.
No, like just look at the size. Look at the like mere size.
His diet is public information. It's like it's so much though. He eats like 4,000 calories a day. I can't eat like I listen. I have a hard time getting. I put on like 7 pounds this week, but somehow, which is great. But I still can't eat that much. Like that is unbelievable. That being said, he's got the money to support the diet.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's really the bit that you need.
Yeah. I was gonna say because there's been a lot of like, a lot of gaming news lately. Actually, that was on the toilet.
You were checking. Oh, you were watching the games conference stuff.
Yeah, game conference stuff. What? Oh, also Halo Infinite, the multiplayer, December 8th, confirmed for the multiplayer and single player campaign.
Nice.
I'm about to fuck everyone's shit up.
Oh, for real? I'm about to rock. Everyone's catching this fucking fade when Halo comes out.
The multiplayer is free, right?
Yeah.
Then I'll be playing as well.
Watch out!
We've actually been playing. We've been trying to play more just random games in our off time together.
Yep.
We played Phasmophobia the other day.
Oh my god!
It was my first time playing the game, and I was playing it in VR.
It is the greatest. We need a publicist. I need to put this out.
I mean, I'm sure it'll happen multiple times in the future because I do not do well with horror, not necessarily. Like, I'm not afraid of things, but my caveman instincts make me terrified in the moment. So I'm immediately going to either fight or, immediately fight or. It's fight or flight immediately, and then after that, it's like, what the fuck was I thinking?
You know what's...
Realistically, I did not see the ghost in that entire encounter.
Yeah, no, because I don't know why. I don't know, yeah. You hit and then
I just didn't get bothered. I didn't die any single. Like we played 3 rounds and it wouldn't kill me. I couldn't. Like I didn't get a single jump scare. Does it jump scare you when you die?
yeah.
See, then I must.
Yes and no. I mean, it's like you can hear it coming. Like it'll happen, and then you see the hands on the screen.
Yeah. But like I say, like like it's definitely a jump scare. Like you'll scream, but then like the I think that the scream is more like the jump scare.
Oh, Carlos, I don't know if you were in here when we said it. Sorry, hold on. I don't know if you were in here when we said it, but we said there's a competition this episode to see who can sit up straight the longest, like the best throughout the episode. So we're keeping in mind the postures. Yeah.
What's another new movie news? Malignant releases this weekend. I do believe.
Who gives a fuck about Malignant? Listen,
I do.
Cinderella came out.
Oh, hell
No, we're not talking about
Why is Camila Cabello in this? What is this Disney? Is she living her Disney fantasies? Why is she there? Why is she there? Why is she there? Why am I seeing ads? Why am I seeing ads? Camila Cabello, why am I seeing ads?
Here's the thing. I think Camila Cabello could be fine as Cinderella. I don't mind the representation, but dear Lord, that movie just looks absolutely horrendous.
It doesn't need to be there. It does
my favorite review was just James Corden derogatory.
Did you see the photos with her and her boyfriend? I don't know if they're still together. Shawn Mendes, right?
Yeah.
In the pandemic, they didn't shower in the pandemic.
No one showers in Hollywood, bro.
That's so weird.
Jake Gyllenhaal does not shower.
Yes, but that's Jake Gyllenhaal. Like he does indie films where he like rolls in the mud for fun before shooting. Like he's weird like that,
Yeah.
and that's why I love him. He's great in every role he does. But
I mean, it was quarantine. As long as like fucking like people weren't like
you said it as your new first hand. You're like Mila Kunis doesn't shower.
Ashton Kutcher doesn't shower.
The Ashton Kutcher one's weird because didn't they say he doesn't bathe his kids?
Yeah, that's where it started out. They're saying, we don't bathe our kids, and then it went to we don't bathe ourselves. And then there was The Rock who said, I don't know what y'all are talking about. I shower twice a day. I need to clean myself.
And what's that's just other people. It is fucking weird.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Those kids must get bullied in school.
No, probably homeschool. I guarantee you that.
Are they homeschooled? If they're not, because I remember vividly there was. I can see. Listen, I remember there was a kid in elementary who smelled really fucking bad. I am so sorry, buddy. So sorry, Matthew. Wherever you are now, I really hope you're doing great.
It's Matthew.
But man, it was rough, and like I had to let the guy know, and very quickly he shut me up because he was like, yeah, I know, trust me, and I was like, fair. We exchanged information. After that, I never bothered him again for it. But to be fair, like you were not set up for success. Those parents did not. Stop looking at Zendaya's Vogue cover, Carlos.
You motherfucker.
He's just got the Zendaya the Black Lives Zendaya Vogue photo pulled up. Your camera's right there. I don't know why you sent it to the wide angle. But I mean, fair enough. But also, is that Facebook?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't understand people who use Facebook.
I'm on Facebook for all the shit posting. Because that's where all the best shit posting groups are.
I guess fair enough, but it's
and it's safer than Reddit.
It pains me every time I even look at a Facebook, like the Facebook logo.
Oh, I don't look at Facebook posts. I think I have just pretty close friends and family on there, and I'm sorry, I can't stand to look at what anyone posts. I'm just too in the shit posting. Unless it's my family, like my immediate family, but
no, I still don't care.
It's the weirdest thing about having public accounts. I don't have any family who follow me. I've done a real good job of either blocking family who have followed me in the past, which haven't been many, and just flying under the radar in front of family, right? I changed my YouTube channel from VictoryTGH to just Victory, right? Because TGH is silent, essentially, right now.
Yeah.
And I changed it for 1 minute. And I had a near panic attack. I was like, oh my God, what if my family can find me easier by searching my name? I'm like, it's literally like my name is in the tags of the video. Like my first and last name is in the tags, and I don't know what, something about it just didn't feel right. And I was like, no, I feel dirty. It needs to go back.
Yeah, I don't have.
So it weirds me out. I don't like family on my. Maybe it's just I don't know. Do you guys have family that you like seeing the posts from?
I mean, here's the thing. My family
members?
circles are literally just my immediate family. I don't talk to any of my extended family.
Right.
And I'm fine with talking about this like publicly because it's like.
Do your parents post on social media?
Occasionally, not.
Do they have like Instagram accounts?
They have Instagram, but more just like to see what I post and like keep track of like
Is your father an Instagram dilf?
No. He doesn't. My dad probably posts the least. Out of everyone. My mom, she only just posts pictures of our dog.
You know what? I totally just remembered. My brain just remembered what your parents look like because I remember the Terminator cosplay photos.
Yes.
That is, fair enough.
Yeah.
I cannot believe. How old are they?
My mom just turned 60.
That is unbelievable.
My dad's 56.
Your mother looks phenomenal for her age.
Thanks.
And that is the most respectful way I've ever said that to anybody about their mom.
Lucky, bro.
Yeah. I was supposed to be like, hey.
See, like, okay, it's just you and your brother, though, right, Carlos?
As far as like siblings?
Yeah. So I have like siblings and like cousins that follow me and whatnot.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 5.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
aren't you the
I'm the second youngest. I'm 24. The youngest.
Whoa.
Yeah. So.
younger sister?
No, younger brother.
Damn.
Yeah.
Any older sister?
I got 2 older sisters and 1. You motherfucker! God damn it! I wasn't even reading that. You motherfucker! God shit.
No, I feel like that's asking for murder in multiple ways.
I can think of a couple things.
Yeah.
But no, I have the problem with like having family and shit on like social media is that like I post one photo of like me in Polaroids, like drinking out of a tequila bottle. I post one fucking photo of it and shit. My fucking sister, what's it called? My fucking sister's ratted me fucking out and shit. She had it out on her phone and like she just looked at it. And then my mom texted me, "Why you posting pictures of you drinking?" I'm like, "Who the fuck ratted me out?"
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's
How
fair.
old are you? Like when you posted that?
This happened in the summer, bro.
I thought it was
It's
like
legal.
Yeah, I thought it was like 2 or 3 years
bro.
ago.
It don't fucking matter, bro. Like,
I'm pretty sure my family, specifically my brother, would be upset if I didn't post a picture of a drink or myself drinking when I'm of that age. Like, what?
Like I thought the pictures were cool and shit, but then like anything like going on with like extended family and shit. I have cousins that see mine and whatnot, but like I don't interact. I only interact with like my immediate like my brothers and sisters. I don't like. If you're my cousin, you're hearing this. No offense, but I don't.
If you're an extended family member and you're watching this podcast for one
Sorry.
of us, then that is amazing support. I
don't know how you're here.
You know what? If you're an extended family member of one of these 2 guys and not me specifically, you can hit my Venmo or PayPal specifically and support the podcast. I promise it'll get distributed to them.
Yeah, they won't support my stuff, so
I
go ahead
pay
and
them
support
really
Victory.
well.
I don't support your stuff, and you know it. So why are you gonna support me?
No, I will caveat this by saying, because I just remembered, that's the proper use of that word, right?
Caveat.
I need to check every now and then. But, because my family does tune into my YouTube, which is like the weird exception there, which I'm happy about. I think all my other social medias are very different. Well, they're all connected to the YouTube channel. Like, so it's all one brand.
Yeah.
But the YouTube channel is the one I'm happy that most people would view.
Yeah.
Because it's like the most brand safe me.
Definitely.
If you go to my Twitter, it's a little stupider, and then if you get to my Instagram, I don't post often, but like it's weird that they're on that because like they probably watch this they're probably watching this podcast episode, which is weird. I mean, hi, cool, whatever. It's like it's just I don't like it's weird to think about because like this is a separate world. Like this is my career.
Yeah.
And it feels so separate from like the me that I have presented to home people for so long. Everybody back home, anybody from high school even. Like if they see this, it's so strange to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's to them it's somebody completely different, right? Unless they were like cool like buddy with me, And I can imagine it's the same way for you guys because I can imagine you guys on this podcast are a little different than what your family would be used to seeing.
Oh yeah, totally. Damn.
So in other news,
what's going on? What other stuff?
China suspended video game time for children. I believe it's 18 and under, right? Or is it?
Yeah, I think it's 18 and under. Like
School children from
3
playing
hours.
to 3 hours a week.
It's either, I think it's a week.
That's unbelievable. How much time do you guys say on average you spent playing video games when you were growing up?
I didn't spend too much time. It was about. I wasn't.
I spent a lot. I spent a lot of time.
Right. So you joined gaming really late, huh?
Yeah.
So, but when you did join, like, did you ever? What's the longest you'd say you'd ever spent like a session like that you remember? Like on average.
Bro, like an average or in one sitting?
Let's do one sitting and what game if you remember.
Oh God,
dude, we've had some long ass games.
I remember I did a full 9-hour session. No, it was more like 10 and a half hours.
Jesus.
When I first started getting into Overwatch, and
It's a fucking
I lost for 7 hours straight. This is back when Open Queue was just Open Queue, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
remember vividly losing every single game.
And I played with my friend, and this is the game that I'm convinced started my spiral
We are
from gold to
collegiate
bronze.
pros, and yet there is nothing that changes.
No,
Seriously.
I was playing Roadhog, and we were kind of winning, but it was really close. It was on King's Road. All we needed was a tick, right?
Yeah.
And they were running Torbjorn. This is old Torbjorns. This is like before the come. And
What's the ults again?
it would upgrade his
was
turret
up
to
to
level
that.
5.
Oh yeah, that's when
And fire missiles and shit.
It was effective.
It was
That was when I was a Mercy man.
Yeah, it was a scary ult. Like, if you heard Molten Core, you were like, fuck.
Yeah, you would duck. Even as Reinhardt, I believe I would duck and
Yeah.
cover sometimes.
Oh fuck that, dude. Fucking,
So-
that would
It would melt your
your
shield, dude. It's
I was playing Roadhog, and I ulted, and I got 3 kills with my ult. And it was pretty epic. And I was like, let's go. We're winning. And I'm like, you know what? This turret's still up. Let me get it with my ult. I didn't realize my entire team died, so I was the only one alive. And I could have used my E and survived the turret in just long range. No, I decided to walk up to it and use my ult on it. While I'm doing that, OT just goes away.
Yeah.
And I was this close to getting a tick. And we lost.
You were the hog that everybody hated that day.
Yep, I lost. And I remember I was playing with my friend who never gets mad. I've seen this guy yell things at people that I never thought I'd hear before. And it was, I'm pretty sure that's what started my throw into bronze.
Fair. The game's not like the game is just you're meant to lose. Like you're meant to lose 6 for every 1 you win.
Yeah.
You lose
Unless it's a genuine competition, in which case we never lose.
With a player base that big, you're never gonna get good teammates like randos like
no,
every
never.
game.
Oh, don't let me forget. TJ, how long did you would you say on average you spent playing video games as a kid? And right? Or like a long session you remember, and if you remember the game.
I think the longest I've done in a row was probably when I was playing Dishonored 2 last summer. Like I think that was like a good 10, 12 hour one.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wasn't involved in the game, but I kept losing though too, so that's why
Okay.
took me a little bit.
So those numbers are about to make me look psychotic. So I think my longest gaming session was
Can I take a guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
VR chat 13 hours.
No, I think that's the total amount of time I've spent in VR chat total.
Gotcha.
I plan on doing a really long time in VR chat pretty soon. I just need to get my Vive tracker set up.
Gotcha.
I need one more base station, and then I need to mount them to the wall in the new place.
Yeah.
But and then I'll do a 24-hour stream. But does anybody else want to take a guess on the number?
22.
Ooh, all right, double that.
44 hours straight?
I believe it was 46 hours, just short of 48 hours straight of Black Ops 3 multiplayer zombies back and forth. Back in 2016, when so like I was peak recording time.
Yeah.
Like I was peak just churning out videos back in the day through Share Factory on the PlayStation. Before I had any laptop or computer to edit with, and so so I was working with the group of guys, and some of us were making content, some of us weren't. But 2 of us were like making content a lot. Like we were the main content generation. So everybody else would just join in, and they were essentially the fodder for the videos. And it was an amazing formula, amazing way to print money essentially. Like if you did it nowadays, like it might not hit as well. But it was the stuff you did back in the day with Call of Duty videos, right? And in 2016, it popped off. It worked. You just had to have funny friends.
Yeah.
Right. And so
That's what everyone really thought growing up.
yeah.
My friends are funny. We'll just do recordings, do YouTube.
And so we were churning out, and our plan, our content generation plan that I had come up with was if we just stay up and do like 2 full days straight of just endless playing, that should be enough content to edit for like a month. And I was very correct. I think there was 2 videos in the vault called All-Nighter Highlights that took place over like the same week. And then there's like a bunch more
That sounds like a fun idea.
And then I vividly remember like on average spending 8 hours a day on World of Warcraft when I was like 8 or 9. So like gaming was just always what I was up to. I didn't realize that it was that bad in comparison. Because when you said, as soon as you guys both said like 10, 12 hours, I actually started to feel worried.
Well, yeah.
Because
But that all-nighter one sounds like tight. I actually would be down to do.
yeah, all-nighter highlights was
we'd have to
really
be
good
switching
way to
games.
make
Yeah,
it's the game. Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier now, but now it would just be something I'd stream. Now it's not like back then I wasn't streaming on Twitch as often because you couldn't stream from the PlayStation directly to Twitch without a stupid layout, and like you couldn't set up face camera layouts without a capture card, and I didn't buy a capture card until really late. So it was annoying, but now I'd love to do late night gameplay with everybody as soon as I get the soundproofing up, and I'll just stream it and stuff.
Overwatch.
I don't know about Phasmophobia for streams, but like, and Valorant, I guess I can suck it up and play.
Yes.
Because I'm not bad at it. I'm definitely good at the game. It's just I don't like the game.
Yep,
Fair enough.
yeah, I know.
Unlike, have you guys been playing Splitgate at all?
No.
Have you guys tried it?
Yeah, I've tried it.
I am so unbelievably like good at that game. But like the thing is, right? I would never. See, I'm really good with that. Like for some reason, my brain just works with portals. I've never played the Portal series, and I've never had to. I think the most I have used the Portal gun is in Minecraft. We're using the Portal gun mod. There's a mod for everything in Minecraft. Listen, TJ, if I haven't told you don't hold on. You haven't heard about Minecraft mods, TJ?
I have.
TJ, let me educate you. We're about to change the topic of this podcast to Minecraft mods for a minute here. So let me regale you the beautiful world that is Minecraft mods. All right. So right, you just pick a word in the dictionary, any word that comes to mind, and I'm gonna riff off that with a Minecraft mod.
There's too many words.
Just pick a word.
Rats.
Rats. All right. That's easy. They're rats. Rats are okay. In the Crazy Craft mod pack, as a part of Orspawn. Orspawn is this gigantic fucking mod. All right, get this. This is one of the, I call them core mods, right? So it's a mod that adds so much to the game that it changes the way you play, right? So it adds like 300 to 400 creatures, like 10 to 20 to 30 bosses, some of the biggest structures in like 7 dimensions that don't make sense or are unnecessary. And some of the like you don't understand. Have you ever seen? It's like a fucking four-headed dragon, like shit like that, like giant shit, right? Yeah. Like you're fighting like giant. Imagine, picture this: you're holding a 20-foot-long sword that you shouldn't be able to hold, wearing armor made that is made out of an ore that you do not understand. It is a mixture of a bunch of mob pieces put together to make the best armor. That is literally just called the ultimate armor set because they couldn't come up with anything creative, right? And so you're slapping the shit out of this giant dragon with 3 heads that can one hit just about any mob below it, right? In a dimension made entirely out of ore blocks. All right, the giant fucking massive trees made of ore blocks. All right, does that work for you yet? Because that's just one mod in the Crazy Craft mod pack specifically.
I know there's a ton of
TJ, we're gonna play a mod in Minecraft Survival now, just because I'm on this now. I think it's time. I think that my Minecraft itch is back.
I hate Minecraft so much.
Do you really?
I don't enjoy the game. I don't like. It's like I see.
Well, that's because you haven't played modded Minecraft. There's a whole different experience with modded Minecraft, TJ.
Bro,
I don't understand.
I don't get the block aesthetics. I don't get people.
Then you need a resource pack, TJ. A resource pack and shaders, TJ.
There's shaders now.
I was so in deep into the Minecraft modded community because Minecraft with mods scratches that part of my brain that I can never itch because I'm constantly understimulated. So it's like there was just so much going on. I was always entertained. So I would sit there for 10, 20 hours straight just playing Minecraft.
I just like it's just with that game, it comes with like you have to learn shit with that game. You gotta YouTube shit how to do whatever, and I'm like,
I remember
let's go to
most.
another game. If
Like,
I'm gonna do that much research into something, might as well be like fucking playing with other fucking people. Like
I'm such a dick when it comes to playing with new players. Because as soon
What
as
did you just say?
You can play Minecraft with other people.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, like. I don't want to have to do extra shit to learn how to play or to like enjoy the game. If that makes sense.
I wouldn't say. I mean, they've added things to make it easier to not have to worry about learning. Like, there's a recipe book in there now that'll show you like that you can just click immediately by searching, and then it'll show you the recipe, so you don't have to worry about knowing it off the top of your head.
See, I think like when the game initially like came out and whatnot, that's I think that was like
That's
what was going
fair,
on.
but like there's
So, like,
multiplayer.
it ruined
Mini
it.
games would have been. Did you ever try multiplayer?
It just never appealed to me, man. I've played these games with my friends and whatnot, but like the best I can do to like enjoy it is build like
Your
a
people love moving blocks around. Like,
Dude, he's not wrong, dog.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god, that was
What, do you want me
that
to
was-
tend
that
your
was-
garden now?
Can you? No, I just
technically, that might be one of your responsibilities. Like, our complex has a little bit of
We
grass.
just start like a redacted Minecraft server.
Well, see, the funny thing is, right? Our buddy Sean, he has a Minecraft server. Like I'm whitelisted, and nobody's
apparently you have
played
to
on
pay
it.
for one. I didn't know you had to fucking pay
Oh, yeah,
for a
yeah.
Minecraft server.
If you want one that stays up without you having to run it from your computer using your resources, then yeah, you got to pay for it. But it's not. It's honestly worth it. It's pretty cheap nowadays. Back in the day, they used to charge hefty prices for a server.
I just
It was like $24.99 for like one regular 4 gigabyte server for like.
I just think the stigma of like the 12-year-olds like playing Minecraft also ruined it for me. I'm like, I don't want to be those kids. Fuck that.
Yeah, but the 12-year-olds are now, you know.
Fortnite.
Yeah,
kids.
I was that 12-year-old.
Are you that kid?
No, the 12-year-olds that were playing Minecraft when it came out are now, you know, our age.
Yeah. It's me. I was 11. I was 11
I
when I
know they
first
only
started
play it for nostalgia.
Yeah, and I can get like the aesthetic and whatnot, and people who enjoy the game, like they enjoy the game.
To be fair,
I wish I had.
the thing is, compared to other games, I think the one thing that it has over other ones is that posture check. By the way, another thing that it has that other games don't is that it even though it's the same thing every time, it always feels fresh because you know that no two things will happen the exact same every time, and you'll always have an experience that's unique every time. And I think that's the comfort of the same but different that people grow to love so much, and that's why they're so drawn to it, because it's something you know so well, but you know it's always going to be a surprise.
Okay, that's probably not better than. But you know,
And the more you know, the cooler things you can do. People made Pokemon Red playable in Minecraft with a Game Boy. Like they FaceTimed in Minecraft. Like they made a working FaceTime. Like it's unbelievable.
like maybe it's just like the over like inflation of like crap you can do. That's I'm like that's just too much things for
I
me.
mean, yeah, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Like the farthest I ever go with Redstone is making doors. Like it's not even that. And it's like even that's pretty cool looking. Like it's just there's so much to it. I'm not gonna harp on Minecraft for so long, but I think it's such a deep love I have. That game and like I'm a sucker for a lot of specific like really specific games.
Yeah, I feel like that's with me though.
Life is Strange is another thing I'm really specifically into. Haven't played the second or third game yet, but
I need to. God, I wish Telltales. I've played the
I miss
majority of their
Telltale
games.
so much.
That's the thing. I played through the majority of their games. The what's called the Wolf
But
Among Us.
I've seen too many or played too many, and it's so annoying
exactly what it's
because
called. The Wolf
Among Us.
I have my girlfriend going through Telltale games like on occasion. We just finished Walking Dead season 1 at the middle of the summer. We finished Detroit Become Human after that. She is phenomenal because she managed to get the best ending in like the best endings possible, like for given the circumstances, or like she is so naturally gifted at these things. That like
the best ending?
Like yeah, I'll sit there stressed out of my mind because like I know all the right choices because I've just played the game so many times or seen the game so many times in the cases of Detroit Become Human.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch her go through the process, and like I almost think she does it on purpose. She likes to wait until it's right about to run out of time before she makes the decision. She always makes the right decision in the end, but I something about me always goes, she's gonna mess it up, because I'm so used to watching content creators play the games, and you know how content creators are sometimes. They're just so shit at games sometimes for no reason in the dumbest ways.
Yeah,
and it happens because you go brain dead when you're playing. Like I've learned playing 12 minutes on stream, you just go brain dead. I'm a fucking idiot when the camera's on, but it's like they pull it, it pulls it off, and it's fair play. But those games are an amazing experience, and I wish there were more. I think story-based games like that are amazing. Call of Cthulhu is something I'm going to try playing pretty soon in October.
Think about like those games though too, because like sometimes it can get really stagnant though too, those games, and just sometimes you just like, for me, I love contention in these games. Why? Because fucking nothing matters and shit. If I just feel like being the dick the whole time, I'll just be a dick.
Really, I can't do that.
But like I also will try to play a character or whatnot though too, or like with crap, I'm trying to think of the game. Well,
Outer Worlds. Or
I was gonna say any what do you call it? Not MMORPG, but like RPGs, like Dragon Age and stuff like that. I always try to make like some sort of like I'm always trying to like play some sort of like Batman character.
Really?
I like those characters a lot. Like they don't say
vigilante justice.
Exactly. Like like what do you want for dinner? Justice, sort of thing.
You'd be great in GTA RP.
Yeah, it would be great.
Okay,
Also,
not
that's
that
unbelievably easy to set up, by the way. I don't know if it's not complicated.
No, yeah,
I
I definitely.
one thing and click a button and you can play those servers.
Yeah,
I think you'd have a lot of fun.
Definitely.
We could definitely try it as like a thing.
I always wanted to be quite honest, because some of these guys get into these roles.
You just download the launcher. It's like literally.
It would be second nature for you too.
I just gotta play the psychotic person though, too. Actually, that's a really interesting question though too. Like if you guys were to play like any any sort of character.
Have you guys ever play? Carlos? Have you ever experienced that playing a character in a way, or like if you would play a character in like an RPG, do you have a specific way you'd love to try playing one?
Yeah.
You can't just.
Shall I elaborate? You may need to edit this out.
Go for it.
Jay-Z.
Yeah. No. Just be a.
No, I thought it was gonna be.
Wait, what?
Just be.
That's a very specific fantasy to have. Oh my god.
That has what?
I totally just realized the wide shot has not had Carlos in it.
I moved over.
No.
Yeah, get back over here. Don't be afraid. I won't bite on camera.
Yeah, well, yeah. What?
As soon as the camera cuts, I start yelling at these guys and biting them until they get out of the studio. Get out of here!
Do not.
Get
the fucking sound. No. What character do you guys or could you guys see playing? Like said, you had the talents and the time to put into it and whatnot.
Definitely. I don't know. I always like the kind of man with no name type. Just someone like.
You guys really like that mystery element, huh?
Just shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah, there's because there's so many ways you can go about it though too. There's been multiple references, or not multiple references, multiple movies that have done super good with those characters while making it unique to that movie itself.
See, I always play silver tongue characters, like
I can see you as
smooth talkers, or like people who are unexpectedly powerful characters, kind of thing. That's my. I like the good looking characters. I picked one in real life. I figured I should pick one fictionally as well.
I just really dig the characters who don't speak a lot, and then when expectations are super low,
you just don't shut up. I say that, but I think I've covered 70% of the air of this podcast on accident because this coffee is genuinely really strong. We switched coffee providers for this episode, and it's just
Perks, you just gotta go for fucking 7 and whatnot though too.
Edit out the one thing.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was out of nowhere. But no, I just I like the characters who super quiet, chilled out. You don't hear very much of them, and then when something happens, guy can do something and shit.
This guy is a massive cock.
Yeah, you know, like have like, you know, maybe like have a scene and shit where like, you know, I walk up to a group of guys, well, what are you gonna do? Just iron fist all of them and shit, or Shang-Chi's and everything.
Stuff like that is so good. I can't wait. I really plan on. I can't wait to record more stuff like with you guys because I really can't wait to get into like when if we do find a game that's good for like scripted content. Oh, that shit'll be phenomenal. Even if we do have to try GTA RP or something.
Also, would love to play the Joker. If I can just get my voice up that high, I can definitely do his laugh. But
I'm the Joker, baby.
That's spot on. God damn, dude, I might chills.
That's one of my favorite videos of all time. Just the guy in the dollar store Joker costume.
Bro, that's
I'm
great.
the Joker, baby.
That's the fucking great value, bro.
I've never seen that video.
The great value Joker.
It's so bad. It's so cringe. But it's like so funny.
I'm trying to remember. I was gonna say something, and now I lost my jump off point. So we're gonna hold it. We're gonna take a second to recollect here. We've got about 30 minutes left. Let's get a consistent stream of information going. What are we talking about?
What? Sports news. NFL preseason is already underway. I think they're in their third, fourth week, maybe.
Awesome. It's the Raiders' year this year. We got this. I've been saying this for the last 6 years, but we got this. I swear. I swear. We can do it. Please, guys.
Right now,
please.
There's 100% certainty within the season of the Raiders. 2021 season, 2022. That not a lot of stuff's going to be going on. I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all do not have anything going on for you right now. The quarterback.
You're going to eat your words. You're going to eat your words.
There's nothing going on for you.
I'm going to play this clip for you at the end of the season, TJ.
Really good tight end, and that's it.
Just you watch. This is the Raiders' year. This is the Raiders' year, and you want to know how confident I am? I'm gonna bet money right now.
Oh my God! How many?
$100 says they're gonna win. They're going to the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, that's a bold fucking claim. Let's go for it. Oh, let's go. At 9/10 on September 8th, to 2021, Victory signed
September
paycheck.
9th.
9.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen. Well, in February I get paid.
Jumping off that point, the fact that I bet $100 just now, it is nothing in comparison to the bet that I made on the Jake Paul Tyron.
Oh God, here we go again.
You were so close on that one.
See, I talked about it on the last podcast. I lost a good $1,000 betting on Jake Paul this last fight on a fourth round knockout. But that wasn't the sad part. The saddest part was the extra bet that I wanted to make on his first word in the post-fight interview. And out of the list that I had to choose from, I chose 4-0, and the other one I wanted to bet on was bullshit. Because I was like, if he loses, that would be like the first thing he says. You know, if he loses by decision especially.
Yeah.
Right? He won by decision, by split decision. Should have been unanimous. And then the first line out of the selection he says is bullshit. The app wouldn't let me bet. I tried to bet 3 times on that word. I would have made all of that money back and more because of the odds on bullshit because they were so high. But the app just wouldn't let me. So the universe does not like me when it comes to betting money. But I'm very confident about the Raiders this season. And you know what? If I'm right, that's $100 in my pocket. And if I'm wrong, I'm sure listen, this is not the last time I will be giving up tons of money to these two throughout this year. I have a lot of videos planned that involve a lot of monetary switches here. We have a poker and Monopoly video planned.
Definitely. In fight news, Paulo Costa versus Marvin Vettori just got announced for UFC Fight Night in October, which is going to be big because both of them are former title contenders in the middleweight division. These boys are big. Like, they look like orcs.
You think you can get in the ring with them?
Hell no, dude.
Are you sure? Are you sure, TJ? You've been working pretty hard.
No, these guys are fucking pros and shit. There's one, like, both of them are like...
Come on, TJ, call your shot right now.
Hell no, bro. Yeah, I can't. Both. Let's go. One of them has like legit one knockout. He's a heavyweight.
TJ, I'm trying to get a clip here.
Let's go. I'm not getting my ass beat over this shit. Let's go. The most I can do is kick him in the nuts. That's if I can get a kick in.
Fair. Fair enough. You're smarter than I am. Yeah, I would have made an immediate call. I would have just picked a name.
It's a hard no. If lower in the weights, maybe.
I should context this by saying TJ and Carlos have been training combat training Mixed martial arts, MMA specifically, or just boxing specifically?
Kickboxing, but like, what's called? I noticed that when I teach more, or so like, so there's another guy that we do our training with though too. Shout out to you. Let's go. When he's training with them, it's more of a kickboxing taekwondo type of deal. I do the kickboxing though too with them, but I'm more towards like Muay Thai, just because that's just the last couple of years I've just been doing Muay Thai stuff and whatnot.
And how have you been finding that, Carlos?
It's a lot of fun, honestly. It's a really good way for me to get out there and be more active, and also I just don't feel alone in it, because trying to teach myself how to do that would just be stupid, and I would just make myself look like an idiot. So just having the help there is actually really nice, and our sparring sessions are fun. And I think it's going to be helpful because, you know, obviously I'm not like trying to be a fighter, but knowing basic skills will be good. Which, you know, having an idea of how to approach a fight like that would be pretty good to know.
Yeah, definitely. Fair. You guys, I mean, like, I've managed to bump into them while at work because I work in the gym, and so it's been nice. It's been nice to see. It's just cool. I find it entertaining in some way for some reason. It's just, I don't know. It's not. I don't usually see other people doing like martial arts or stuff like that. Was stuff I was kind of like forced into it as a kid. So it's like I don't really see people I like in it often.
It's just. I don't know.
It's gonna give me that bloody knuckles Shang-Chi training, you know, with the stick.
Dude, oh my god. No, so there's a scene.
Hit him in the fist.
No, it's just him hitting.
He's training on a wooden pole.
No, like,
and whenever he starts like faltering, the guy just whips him with a stick.
And now, like thinking about it, like that's how like genuine Shaolin monks are trained.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And a lot of people like, oh, I want to go train and whatnot. Like, if they were to record their sessions and whatnot, so many people would want to be canceling these motherfuckers.
Could we make a monk out of you, Carlos?
A monk?
Could we train you to become a Shaolin monk?
Dude, we gotta shut
up.
a
monk is, you got the dedication.
A monk is
like
okay, yeah, celibacy might be the hard part, but
first you gotta learn Mandarin.
Carlos is a ladies' man, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think he can handle the vow of celibacy that comes with it.
I don't think there's celibate. It's more
hey
like
man, Iron Fist broke his vow of chastity.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
Iron Fist broke a lot of things.
Is that why they never made him an important hero, because he lost that deal?
No, that's why he literally pissed off everyone in Kunlun, because they were like, bro, what the fuck? You having sex?
Come
on,
dog.
You know how do you react in that situation? You're like, you come home, all your buddies are looking at you disappointed. It's like, I can't believe you, man. I guess it's the same thing as like coming to a Smash tournament. But like, I can't believe you do this to us, man.
We have to shit on Smash. We have to. That and League of Legends.
Well, see, the thing is, right? Every time we advertise for our club anywhere, we always choose to advertise with Smash Brothers. I get it's the easiest game to like bring around with us. It's just it doesn't paint us in the best light because
no one wants to hang out with
the sweaties.
Yeah, because nobody wants to come sit at the booth and play with the kids who enjoy Smash, because the kids who openly enjoy Smash and are good at it are not the ones that bring people in. I'm sorry, but like it's all like we're trying to get into the audience.
I will say our Smash players are most of the team pretty personable.
Smash players, you guys are amazing personality-wise. I love you, but
one of the guys is definitely Poland, and I know that.
You will not find us. You will not find a photo of me with majority of our club. I'm sorry. Our team, however, our Overwatch team is. I can't speak for the new players, but our Overwatch team is definitely marketable in terms of the face. Everybody. Beautiful.
We'll just do like with Silly.
Apart from Silly, so I can't speak on that.
Yeah, we'll do that like, you know, Monsters Inc. Mike Wazowski has the shit over his face.
Oh my god,
in the
that'd be
magazine.
a fire team cosplay, Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. for Halloween. No, but like it's like Mike Wazowski's on the magazine, but he's so small.
I wonder who you'd be, TJ.
Yeah, I wonder who. Put some spots all over me, man.
I feel like you could play against
Boo.
It's a big ass kid with a small ass.
Honestly, that'd be hilarious.
That would be fucking hilarious if Silly just wore the little monster costume. Like
I just walk out there like Mike Wazowski.
Oh,
Team
really?
Beth.
You're just all
Mike
green.
Wazowski.
It's like, are you the Hulk? It's like, no. You just got an eye painted on you.
No, it's the Mike was asking with the silly faces.
You gotta do that now. I'm down for that one.
Anyway.
But no, we do have to do dress up on Halloween for our.
Oh, I already got my plan done.
So are we confirmed doing that event for Halloween?
We're still working it out.
Is it like mostly confirmed?
It'll be like
is it discussable?
Yeah.
So yeah, like when, come Halloween time, we have to do an event every year. Last year didn't work out so well, but this year, so the plan is the team's supposed to come dressed up as Overwatch characters, which means that because we want to draw attention and because we can't do anything without being extra, Carlos and I are cross-dressing.
Y'all have fun with that.
No, Carlos pulls off an amazing diva cosplay. It is.
I'm not gonna lie. You
unbelievably
are one
impressive.
convincing girl
That-
from behind.
Hey, I'll take it.
As soon as you turn around, hell nah. Makeup was on point though. Makeup was on point.
Yeah, very well done, genuinely. I
You know,
don't know.
Should I do the
Here
fake
is-
booba?
Yes, go for it.
It was good up
Well,
here,
it's
and then I
divas,
saw
so-
the down there. I'm like, oh, that's a guy.
Yeah.
Maybe you should try tucking this year. I would say.
I did.
Oh.
I
Wow,
did.
How did that go?
Terrible.
Please regale us the story
God,
of your
we're gonna
tucking
fucking-
experience. I need to hear this.
Well, I wore a dance belt, right? Which is
describe it.
so a dance belt. It's usually what I wear for like Spider-Man suits. So it's basically a super tight compression short that male like ballet dancers or performers wear when they wear those like skin tight like little chubby stuff.
Gotcha.
So it just keeps everything in place and makes sure that like when you're lifting the girls up, nothing gets shown. Because when you're holding like a very specific angle and you have to do a certain move to bring them back down, you have to move your hips forward, and then you can see everything. So the dance belt is a very tight compression short, but in order for it to work, for certain people, a certain amount of tucking is involved. Because sometimes the dance belt doesn't just, slide right on.
Okay, hold up. How about we phrase like this? Because we're on our own time.
No,
Are we
I
talking-
was really important. I think this is a great moment to go down. I think if we run down this path, we're getting a genuine.
Are we talking origami type tucking?
Like no, I feel like
No.
it's a drag queen type tucking.
It's just
push back, tape up. Did you tape?
I didn't
it up?
tape.
Okay.
I would say
Alright.
that's
No.
I've never done that, but that sounds like an uncomfortable.
I'm
was
very
like-
knowledgeable on what drag.
I was like,
queens
damn,
are
bro,
up to.
I gotta go pee at Staley Farms. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I'm not taping that shit.
Oh, see, no, I thought that's why you tuck it. So, anyways,
You tuck and then the dance belt holds it in place.
okay, right. So,
We're
But
just
you
like-
can take the belt. You can take it's like giant shorts. You
so
can
did
take
it
them
get
off.
did it get uncomfortable at all ever while you were in?
Yeah, especially when you sit.
I can imagine. So I'm gonna have to try that this for this October, and I might have to call you to ask about it.
What are you doing?
I haven't decided yet. I might be doing Ash or.
Okay, so if you do Ash, you probably won't need to do that much because she wears
pants.
pants.
Fair. I was considering Tracer though, because my hair is more moldable.
That's true. You pull off a good Tracer.
I think I'm doing Tracer.
You could also do Sombra.
I'm not. I don't have the hairstyle for Sombra.
You could.
I would have to. I would like.
Spend money on
Yeah.
that.
I'm already doing. I'm already trying to do a Rick and Morty Halloween costume.
Okay.
For as a couple's costume, I'm going as Rick. So that's gonna be fun. Hopefully that photo will show up on my Instagram.
For Halloween itself, or whatever because I'll probably hop down to the Halloween event here on campus because I do enjoy it. I think it's
Because
fun.
I'm going as Miles Morales.
With the
plan on-
exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
Carlos, because I plan on channeling my inspiration, Robert Downey Jr. for this role.
No, I'm going as Scarlet Witch for Halloween. Yeah,
Now that would be something to see.
it's gonna be fun. I'm hopefully getting the suit sometime this week, so we'll see.
The things we do for marketing, I won't lie.
Hey man, I'm also going to Comic-Con in December, and I'm trying to confuse some people
Where's Comic-Con?
in LA.
LA?
Yeah.
What is it like? Oh, I feel like I'd love to go to that. But
It's a lot of fun.
how much are
It's-
the tickets?
When I got them, it was like $75. But the way they're doing it different this year. It's usually a 3-day convention, but they're doing it different. They're doing 3 sessions now. So I'm going Friday night, Saturday morning, and Saturday night. They're doing different sessions for distancing so that people aren't going like all in one herd.
Interesting.
You know what's gonna happen anyway, though, right?
No, because the amount of tickets they sell for each session is capped.
Oh,
So it's going to be about like half the people. Yeah, you buy 3 sessions and it's all like $75. So it's not too bad, honestly. Like
so one Salt Lake's expensive as shit.
yeah, the one in Salt Lake's really expensive. Obviously, if you want to go like meet the celebrities or shit, that's extra. But and then the money you spend in the convention on goods and stuff. But honestly, it's one of the more fair price conventions that I've been to, and it's a lot of fun. So this year I'll be bringing.
Isn't that where they like do all the big announcements? Those two?
No, not at this one. They do more like kind of anime and tabletop gaming and some gaming announcements. They do more like retrospective panels though. So like this year they're going to be doing. They have like the guy who played Shazam. They have a SpongeBob panel with all the voice cast.
That's gotta be cool. I see. I don't know. I can't wait for the games conventions to be back.
Dude, I don't know.
I really want to go to one. Like
I want to go to the one in Las Vegas.
I want to
Las Vegas Game Expo. See, or Level Up Game Expo. I remember multiple times I had the chances to go and I just never did, and I didn't know why. I always thought I always said I needed a camera. I never had a camera on me. But now I'd love to go really badly because I'd love to go with you guys. Like we'd go to a convention together, and it would be great. You remember like people content creators don't do this anymore, but like whenever they go to conventions and they would actually like go around and like talk to the people at the conventions. That stuff is still so fun today. I'd love to go and do that. Try that out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool in real life stuff I want to do, and we're gonna do a lot of it this year. Specifically, us, the Morning Madness team, and then the Overwatch team as well. Hopefully, I want to try to get a lot of them involved, and then the new people, I'm gonna have to vet them first, see who's personable for this kind of stuff.
I could already vouch for a couple of the new guys.
Have you met all of the new people, or like a good amount?
Good amount. Actually, one of them is one of my residents.
Interesting. Are we looking at any like characters? Are we getting any like is there anybody that like the streams and like the people will actually like be interested in watching? You know, because like we had like Isaac was the personality last year that everybody was watching.
You were the personality.
Yeah.
I really refuse to believe that.
And Taylor was definitely a personality.
Mm-hmm. Everybody really enjoyed everybody really enjoyed specifically Isaac and Taylor throughout the times we were streaming last season.
Yeah, I mean, well, because they were the one thing I will say, they were popping off in the kill feed.
They were, and I think that's the difference. This season's going to be quite different.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to tell if they have some characters. I know the one guy I met when I was doing my cleaning checks at my building. He pulled me aside and he was like, "Wait, you're the Overwatch coach, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I'm so-and-so, I'm going to leave his name anonymous, but I'm trying out." And I was like, "Oh, shit, really?" And I was like, "Wait, what's your last name?" He told me his last name, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I put your name on the sheet and everything." He's pretty good. He's a tank player, but...
Ooh, sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
We're not going to get along. My job is hanging on by a thread, all right? Last year I got replaced by one of the worst players I've ever seen, all right? This cannot go this year.
I would say less of replaced and more like... we felt bad.
We lost some good maps. We had a perfect streak that got ruined and smudged as soon as I got taken off the screen.
Actually,
yeah. Well, I will say the one when Bones and I were talking about it the other night about how the way you and Taylor work together is something that we never like take for granted and something that we're not gonna like get rid of. Because, you know, we have to see how everyone vibes together, but at the end of the day...
that everybody on the team besides you guys is aware of me consciously. I forget that because you guys are the ones I actually like talk back and forth to. Everybody else, I just kind of forget they view me as a person. I feel like I show up
you're the coolest.
I should not be a role model.
She says you have the coolest name.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that a lot, but...
all I know is that I'm gonna do my job at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Our main six from before are still phenomenal people, and they're the ones I plan on doing a lot of videos with. So we'll get them into the studio pretty soon too, because we do have room for a guest. So we're looking to get some of them in.
We have a couple of rooms for a guest.
We actually do. We have two more spots that we could work with. Actually,
yeah.
We could definitely.
if we ever want to get more of the team in here for a podcast episode to maybe discuss something that's happening during the season, maybe if we get where something's in the works right now, and if we do pull that off, we might have to do a team episode just to discuss it. However, I can't say any more on that. Just know that being said, there are some dates we can talk about. We do know that we have a tournament on the 19th, correct?
Yeah.
That's going to be streamed, right? Or is it just a...
Supposedly. I don't know the rules yet.
Got you. But we will be playing. We will be playing a tournament on the 19th. But we have plans in the works for something big.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to talk about that soon. However, our time is up here in the brand new podcast.
In the last minute here, let's all share one word to describe how we're feeling going into the weekend and the next week.
Ooh.
I don't think a word. I don't know.
One word.
I feel like we
can't do word. I can't do.
Mine's gonna be exhausted.
Okay.
I can't do. I can only do a phrase.
Okay.
Watch out.
Watch out. I forgot. Hold on. Tryouts for this weekend. Sorry. I'm trying. Yeah, I'd have to do a phrase as well. I'd have to do a phrase
I have to
as
redo
well.
mine. Let's go. Mine is just don't blink.
Don't blink. Nice.
Do not blink.
Don't
blink.
I guess realistically, I'm the tank. You're safe with me. You're safe with me. Just trust the process.
Nice come.
And the best part is,
Shout
I feel
out to
like
our tour players.
the best part is that inside joke has never been caught on camera so far. I don't think.
Really?
I have to rebuild my computer so I can record while we play now.
Nice come.
But I'm gonna go home and rebuild my PC today. So that's part of the process. And then I'm putting up my soundproofing. So that's my goal for the night. Anyways, we are going to end this. Is there anything else we want to say before we go? Let's do our plugs and close it out. So TJ, do you want to do anything you want to plug first? Your socials, all of our social links and all the things we discuss will be in the description of this podcast on the YouTube page, VictoryTGH on YouTube, for the video podcast, and on Anchor, Spotify, and wherever else you view your podcasts for audio listeners.
Venom season coming soon. Details about that later. Let's go. Don't blink.
Nice. What about you, Carlos? Your plugs?
Just follow the gram, intentional lens flare.
Intentional_lens flare. And then, of course, Super Image LTD.
Yes.
Phenomenal film studio. And, of course, you can find me at VictoryTGH on all social medias, YouTube and Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And without further ado, thank you for waking up with us here at the Morning Madness Podcast. We will see you guys next morning.
Deuces.
Bye.